Eagles finally back in the win column.
Eagles getting the dub, baby. Eagles 28, Vikings 22. I feel like there's a little bit of a rivalry in here from like the days that you were playing, man. I don't know why.
For sure.
I might be from the outside.
Oh, I know why.
Outside in, but
Travis, you were at that game in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, I was. I love.
You should know why there's a rivalry. Those fans
got
got brutalized in Philadelphia.
Oh no, they did.
Yeah, dude, I was in Ireland at the Minnesota Steelers game, just mingling about the day before the game at some of the pubs. Vikings fans coming up to me. They still are talking about that game from 20. I was like, guys, that happened. I mean, that's over 9 seasons. It's like 9. We're like 9 years past this, guys.
Yeah, what was that? 17.
17.
It's still, but that's. I mean, look at like that's like the last time that they've made it to the NFC Championship, right?
Yeah, I think so. They've been in the playoffs since, but I don't think they've made it to a championship game since then.
That was a legendary year. That was like the Kirk Cousins to Stephon
They were
Diggs
very
down
good.
the sideline. Like
listen,
that was a lot of.
And I'm just going to be honest,
going into that game.
Did Eagles fans maybe go a little far? I'm going to say some of them probably did. I don't know that we should have been throwing rocks at buses, but I'll say this. Vikings fans came in there. Vikings fans came in very confident,
beating their chest,
and they were doing skull chants on the planes, and all that shit's going on social media. They're putting the Vikings jersey on the statue.
You can't entice it. Jason, we already talked about the statue. The Eagles fans are doing that.
I think that was a legitimate Vikings fan. I think that was a legitimate Vikings fan. There was too much memorabilia. There was a lot of stuff on that statue.
The Chiefs one that just was written on a red shirt, that was an Eagles fan.
That might have been an Eagles fan. But either way, I think I don't condone everything that happened to the Vikings fans that day, but they came in mighty confident. And so, I mean, their defense was incredible that year. It really was.
Listen, that was a full. That was a fucking great game, man.
It was a great game. It was a great game if you were an Eagles fan. All right. Either way, we're going to talk about this one from this year.
There we go.
Eagles 28, Vikings 22. Big game for the Eagles, man. They've been obviously on a couple game losing streak, losing to the Giants on Thursday night. We talked about Cam Scattaboo and freaking Jackson Dart. And, listen, in Philly, when you're struggling, they're going to let you know, especially when the expectations are high. So, they've been going through it. So to come back and bounce back and have this type of game, very, very happy. Not just as an Eagles fan, but, happy that these guys responded this way.
Yeah. Well, the offense is definitely back.
Yeah. I mean, Jalen Hurts been under a lot of scrutiny. I mean, it's still like, I think, first of all, Jalen played out
what's
his mind.
new? People, it's like a roller coaster. This guy just keeps showing up to work, man.
Bring it on. Like, I feel like the Eagles, when everybody doubts them early on, I would rather start off having struggles and then the fans get on him, and then it's like, okay, we're going to hunker down together. We're going to have to figure this thing out. Otherwise, we're all going to get killed here. So I think it ultimately 9 times out of 10 makes the team better at the end of the day.
It makes you circle the fucking wagons.
That's right.
It makes you figure shit out in-house.
Yeah, we got to circle the wagons because we're surrounded by Philadelphians who are out for blood. So I think I thought Jalen, the deep ball, he was on the money. He was hitting all the big shots down the field. Saquon was going the first drive, then Cam Jurgens goes out, kind of stalled out. But the big thing I thought that was really different, everybody's already talked about it, the under center stuff, the play action. I think it seems like it added some more to the offense.
Oh, it added to it. Jalen went 19 for 23 is how it added to it for 326 yards, 3 tutties. AJ and Smitty, Swole Batman and Skinny Batman combined for 13 receptions, 304 yards and 3 tutties by themselves. Do you think it's a conscious effort to just throw the ball downfield, or do you think they're finally starting to get everybody to really play the run? Specifically,
I just think that they're figuring it out, man. I think that the running game still wasn't really clicking. I mean, it clicked the first drive, but they stuck with it, and they kept kind of trying to establish it. And then they hit the big shots when they were there, and they hit the off-schedule shots. And listen, Minnesota's a great defense this year. Brian Flores is one of the best coordinators in the NFL. Their weakness had been stopping the run. They were the best pass defense in the NFL, I think, to date. Been getting a lot of turnovers. So this is a huge game for Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts and these guys to get back on track. And you saw it in the emotion they displayed after the game, right? You know that they needed to get this monkey off their back, get one under their belt, and now they're going to get to go play the Giants again. It's a weird schedule where you play an in-division opponent back to like 1 week removed from just playing them on Thursday. But these guys are great. Nick Sirianni is a fantastic coach, and I know it hasn't looked perfect up until this point, but I just got to think that these guys they're going to continue to figure this thing out. They got great players. They got great coaches. And eventually you have stuff like this where it's going to explode. And the running game is only a matter of time as well. I really believe that.
Listen,
they got a great
when
back.
you have a 2,000-yard rusher,
yeah.
Newsflash, everybody's gonna be focused on trying to stop the fucking run. When Pat went for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, the next season we saw cover 4 and safeties at 20 yards before the snap of the ball. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different world going into that next season. You got to keep adapting. You got to keep changing it up. And unfortunately, that means Saquon might not get as many carries or might not get as many yards and touchdowns and have the crazy 2,000-yard season. But it definitely doesn't mean that he's not going to make an impact. And it definitely doesn't mean you're not going to win football games. You just got to keep finding ways week in, week out to adjust to how defenses are trying to stop you.
And Saquon's coming, man. I just don't, I don't care how it's looked to this point.
Yeah.
What's the fucking guy from the Marvel universe? I am inevitable, fucking Thanos or whatever. Saquon is inevitable. It's going to get going. All right. Jeff Stoutland is a fantastic coach. They have great players up front. I know it hasn't looked great till right now. Landon's starting to get healthy, and that's going to help. Cam got a little banged up, and that kind of stalled things out this last week. But he's going to get back there. Eventually, this thing's going to start going. We got my man Fred Johnson out there, 6 offensive linemen on the field. That's dedicating to running the football, right? We get 6 big fuckers out there. Yeah, come on now. Let's go. We're running downhill. It'll get popping. I got no doubt in my mind eventually that run game is going to get going. And once it does, now that the pass game is starting to click, you know this, Travis, half of being successful as a passing offense is staying out of shitty situations on third down. Like, it is hard to operate continually in third and long situations. If we get that running game going, we get all these play actions off of it, whether it's